I knew I screwed up before the second mag even ended. No jam, no big failure, just something off enough that the guy next to me stopped shooting and looked over like he already knew. That quiet look hits harder than anything. And yeah, I paid good money for that gun. Thought I made a smart call, did the research, picked the safe option everybody recommends. That's how it gets you. Regret doesn't show up when you buy it. It shows up later. First range trip, first carry day, first time something feels wrong, and you can't ignore it anymore. So, here's the line. If a gun makes you question it within your first couple range trips or your first week carrying, it's on this list. And every one of these, people had a reason to buy it. Price made sense, brand felt safe, or it looked like an upgrade. That's the trap. And one of these, you don't regret it right away. You realize it after you're already stuck. Early this year, middle of a slow weekday, standing at the glass counter while traffic crawled past outside and the bell on the door barely rang. Fluorescent lights, racks lining the walls, 3 pistols laid out in front of me. Same size, same price range, same job. Nobody rushing me, no sales pitch, no pressure. Just me trying to make the right call. The Kimber R7 Mako sat in the middle. Clean, not flashy, not hyped, just controlled. Felt like the smart choice. The one you pick when you don't want to screw it up. So I went with it, walked out thinking I played it right. A few days later, I had a range trip with a buddy. He brought something in that same lane, shorter grip, a little snappier looking, the kind I'd already brushed off as not worth it. We swapped for a couple of mags and he pushed it, run it fast. That's where it shifted. The Mako didn't fail, ran fine, but his gun snapped back on target faster, like it didn't need help. Mine felt slower settling, just enough to notice when you tried to push speed. I loaded another mag into the Kimber, trying to tell myself it was the same. It wasn't. Drive home dragged. Not because I bought something bad, but because I had every chance to choose better and didn't. I still have it. It works. I just don't reach for it first. And that says more than I want it to. Honestly, I bought the Walther CCPM2 yes, because I wanted something soft shooting and simple for everyday carry. It felt like the smart choice. Easy to handle, low maintenance, and marketed as comfortable enough to carry without overthinking it. 2 weeks into actually carrying it, I started reaching for my old gun instead. The CCPM2 never felt natural when I tried to run it with any speed. The whole rhythm felt off, like the gun was designed around an idea rather than real shooting feel. It wasn't broken or painful. It just never gave me the confidence I expected when I needed to draw and present it quickly. Every time I tried to push it a little, it reminded me that the easy and soft promise didn't fully translate into real use. After a while, I realized I was avoiding it more than carrying it. I kept going back to guns that felt more instinctive in my hand and gave me more confidence when I actually needed to use them. I don't like how much I started hesitating with this gun. But if this one already made me avoid reaching for it, the next gun on this list is going to make that feeling even stronger. Late night, I was packing my range bag for the morning. Miami Vice theme playing low in the background. Just noise while I went through the usual routine. Mags, ammo, ear pro, same cycle. I reached in the safe and pulled out the FN 509 Tactical, and I just stopped. It was still exactly how I bought it. Threaded barrel, tall sights, all that full setup crap that made it feel like I was stepping up to something serious. I stood there holding it, and it hit me. I hadn't used any of that, not once. No suppressor. No reason for those sights. I've been running it like a regular pistol the whole time. Same drills, same range, same boring use. All that extra capability just sat there doing nothing. I tried to brush it off, told myself it's there if I need it. And that sounded stupid the second time because I didn't need it. I didn't train for it either. I didn't buy it for what I actually do. I bought it for what I thought I'd become. That's where it flipped. Nothing was wrong with the gun, but the price felt different once I realized I paid for a version of myself that didn't exist. And every time I pulled it out after that, I saw it. Not a bad gun, just a bad call I made. and kept. First shot already told me something was off. Diamondback DB9 in my hand, tiny as hell, felt like nothing. That's what sold it. Small, light, easy. I remember thinking this would be simple. Trigger press, bang. And the gun snapped harder than it had any right to. Grip shifted immediately. Not a lot, just enough to throw everything off. Felt like I had to re-grab it instead of running it. I went again. Same thing. Sharp, jumpy, didn't settle. Follow-up shot felt rushed, not controlled. Like I was chasing the gun instead of running it. Tried adjusting my grip, slowed it down, took another shot, didn't fix it. That's when it got obvious. Some guns take a mag or two to figure out. You adapt, you settle in. This one didn't give anything back. Every shot felt like work. Not practice, work. And that changes things fast. Because you don't want to run a gun like that. You don't want to put reps through it. You start thinking about when you can stop instead of how to improve. I ran one more mag just to be sure. Didn't get better, just confirmed it. And standing there, I already knew this wasn't something I'd ever want to train with. And if you don't train with it, you already know where that goes. That kind of mistake doesn't show up loud. It just quietly takes something off the table and doesn't give it back. Right after Halloween sale 2025 in our state, Texas, I was standing in a shop, not far, just in my town, with those leftover sale tags still hanging crooked on the glass. Nothing crazy, no blowout, no clearance. Just enough of a discount to make expensive stuff feel reasonable. The Staccato C2 was sitting there, tagged down just enough to mess with your head. Still expensive, just not painful enough to walk away. Guy behind the counter didn't push it, just said, "If you've been thinking about it, now's not a bad time." That was enough. I didn't buy it, I justified it. First few range trips, solid. Shot clean. Felt like money well spent. Everything about it felt premium. Easy hits, smooth shooting. Then that wore off. Not because it got worse, but because I started noticing something I couldn't ignore. Most days I wasn't using anything that made it worth that price. Same drills, same distances, same result I could get with cheaper guns I already had. And that question kept coming back. What exactly did all that extra money solve for me? Nothing was wrong with it. That's what made it worse. It was excellent. Just not excellent enough in my hands and my use to keep pretending the price didn't matter. I still have it. I just don't lie to myself about it anymore. And what came after that one, it doesn't disappoint you. It starts small and messes with your head. I carried the Glock 26 for years because it felt like the smart choice. It was basically a mini version of my Glock 19. Same reliability, same controls, same magazines. I trusted it without thinking. One day, while getting ready, it finally hit me that this wasn't working anymore. I was putting it on and noticed how the short grip never felt planted, especially when I drew it, shot it fast, or tried to get a full purchase. At the same time, it was still thicker than the newer slim carry guns I kept seeing. I was giving up the full confidence and shootability of my 19 without getting the real everyday comfort that modern options were offering. Every time I holstered it, I felt stuck in the middle, not as good as the 19, and not as easy to live with as something newer. I didn't stop carrying it because it failed. I stopped reaching for it because the compromise just stopped making sense. I had bought it thinking it was the perfect balance, but it slowly became the gun that reminded me I was holding onto an old idea of what a good carry gun should be. But if this one already made me question a choice I trusted for years, the next guns on this list are going to hit even harder. A couple of nights later, I had it with me at a friend's place in Dallas. Nothing planned. TV on, people half paying attention, conversation going nowhere, just one of those slow nights. Somewhere in the middle of it, someone asks what I picked up recently. I didn't hype it, just said it. Wilson Combat SFX9. That was enough. One guy asked to see it. I handed it over without thinking. No hesitation. Why would I hesitate? He wasn't a gun guy. Not really. Owns one, maybe two. Shoots them, doesn't care about brands, doesn't watch reviews. No bias, no hype. He took his time with it. Turned it under the light, checked the slide. Grip, weight, quiet. No performance, No exaggeration. Then he gave that small nod, like he respected it, handed it back, and said, "Feels solid, but for that price, it better do something crazy." No smile, no jab, just straight. Conversation moved on right after. Nobody pushed it. Nobody argued. That's what made it worse, because I didn't have an answer, nothing obvious. No one feature I could point to and say, and that's why it costs that. It just should. And right there in a normal room, from someone who doesn't care about hype, it didn't land. Gun didn't fail. I did. First time the price felt louder than what I could actually show for it. And once that hits that early, you don't carry it the same. And what came after that one, it doesn't give you time to think. Timer was already running, brass on the ground, and I was in a clean rhythm with the SIG P320A Legion. Heavy frame, smooth pull. Everything about it felt expensive in the way you expect it to. It wasn't fighting me. I wasn't thinking. Just press, reset, press. Rounds landing where they should. Then one press felt wrong. Not a failure. The round still went. Nobody looked over, but the trigger didn't break clean. It hesitated for a split second, like it didn't know what it wanted to do. I kept going. Next shot landed. Then another. But I wasn't shooting the same anymore. Every press after that, I felt myself waiting for it, watching the trigger instead of the sights, slowing down just enough to notice something I didn't notice before. Nothing else happened. No jam. No dead trigger. No real issue. That would have been easier because now it wasn't about fixing something. It was about trusting it again. And I couldn't. That's the part that stuck. Not a failure, just one moment that didn't feel right in a gun that's supposed to feel perfect. I still run it. Still accurate. Still works, but I don't run it blind anymore. I watch it, and the next one, that problem doesn't wait for the range. I bought my first Taurus G3C in late 2024. It ran fine for months, so I started trusting it as my everyday carry gun. Then last summer, it fucked me. I took it to the range, and it jammed hard. Failure to feed, slide locked up. The next morning, I took it to Taurus customer service, expecting warranty support. They told me it was overpressured and overused and refused to help. That response pissed me off. I didn't expect a company with their reputation to dismiss it so quickly. A few months later, I had no choice but to take it to a third-party gunsmith. They fixed it, but I had to pay out of pocket. Since then, the gun has been running fine, but I still don't push it with, hot ammo or high round counts like I used to. There's always this small doubt in the back of my head, wondering if it'll do the same thing again when I actually need it. I bought it because it was affordable and seemed reliable enough. What I got instead was a gun that made me carry with constant low-level uncertainty, and that uncertainty is what I regret the most. But if this one already made me lose trust in a gun I was carrying every day, the last gun on this list is going to feel even heavier. Well, I always thought owning a Desert Eagle would make me feel like a different kind of shooter. Something loud, heavy, and serious. The kind of gun that turns heads and makes you feel like you've stepped up. That fantasy was strong enough for me to buy it. But I'm not that shooter. I carry guns I can actually live with every day. I train with guns I can shoot without lighting money, on fire every range trip. I care about comfort during long days, and how something actually performs when I need it, not how it looks sitting in a safe. The Desert Eagle never belonged in that world. It's too big, too heavy, too expensive to shoot. It mostly stays locked away because taking it out feels like a whole production instead of normal training. Every time I see it, I'm reminded that I bought into a version of myself that doesn't exist. I spent real money chasing an image instead of buying something that actually fits how I live with guns. I don't hate the gun. I hate that I let a fantasy cost me money and take up space for something I barely use. That's what pisses me off. This is the one I should have never bought. That off feeling, that's where this really starts. Not at the counter, at the range, or the first week you carry it when something doesn't sit right and you can't ignore it anymore. Some of these guns worked, they just didn't work when it mattered to you. And once that doubt shows up, it doesn't leave. You carry it, you think about it, and you stop trusting it. So tell me, what did you buy for the right reasons that still went wrong later? Which one are you still defending even though you don't carry it anymore? And which one here do you think I got completely wrong? Because I know some of these hit nerves. Good. Argue it. I'm Steve. You don't forget the ones that let you down.